Welcome back to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register. And last segment, we were talking with Ted Tarver of Zippy Shell. This segment, we're going to continue talking about moving and storage with Zippy Shell's Alex Hodges. And we are going to talk about something a little bit different than we talked about with Ted. Zippy Shell, I've said this before on the show, Zippy Shell is the one who moved me earlier this year when I moved. And I didn't have anything break. Everything was done really well, handled really well. And I was very pleased with them. And so whenever I talk about moving and storage, I bring them in to talk about it because they do such a great job. You can go to zippyshell.com and they'll put you with the local franchise for the area that, where you are because they have over 100 franchises around the country. So just number 3 in the nation now, right? That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's growing. A lot of growth in the last year. So.
All right, Alex, let's talk a little bit. Right now, it's Christmas time. I know I just pulled out all these boxes of Christmas stuff. Got my whole house decorated for Christmas, and I have a lot of boxes now sitting in my garage empty until I'm ready to take down all that Christmas stuff. Let's talk about all this Christmas stuff. What's the best way to store it?
Well, it's a good question. So, with Zippy Shell, the way our system works is we can take those holiday decorations. If you've got a lot of decorations, you can load them into one of our units. We'll take them away until you're ready to have them redelivered. In November or October, whenever you want to start your celebration, you can unload them there, put up your decorations. We'll take the boxes, bring them away, store them until you're ready to take your decorations down, and we'll bring the unit back out. You load it up, take it away until the beginning of next year.
You mean I don't have to keep all that mess in my garage?
No, you don't have to keep it in your garage. I don't have to put it in the attic.
You
don't have to take up 3/4 of your attic with Christmas decorations. No going up and down the stairs. Just right out your front door.
That's fantastic. All right. So I know you guys do long-term storage and short-term storage, but let's talk a little about the Christmas storage. So you guys will actually come to my house and pick up all these boxes in this unit and take it away and store it.
Right.
Okay, that sounds expensive. What are we talking about here for delivery fees?
Well, okay. So what we'll do is we substantially discount delivery fees for folks that are in long-term storage. So for less than $50 delivery fees, we can bring the unit back out to you, up to 2 times a year.
Awesome.
So that would allow you to unload it and then reload it during the year.
Fantastic. All right. So now once I'm going to have this thing out of, let's say I'm an October decorator, but a lot of people aren't. So let's say in November 1st, you deliver this shell of all my Christmas stuff. And then you're going to come back, maybe January 15th and pick it up.
Right.
So I'm paying for, 10 and a half months of storage, 10 or 11 months of storage a year. Right. If you're just needing
10 and a half months of storage, it's roughly be less than far less than $1,500, probably closer to $1,300 storage per month.
See, I love that because I have a feeling a lot of people out there are paying for 12 months of storage. They're going to get it themselves.
Right.
Then they're bringing it back themselves, and they're paying for 12 months of storage instead of 10 months of storage.
Yeah, we'll bring it to you and we'll take it away, and you're only paying for the storage you actually use.
Okay, get your phone ready because I know it's going to start blowing up here in just a minute because there's a lot of people. Somebody's calling you now. So, I love this. I love this idea. And really, you can store all this Christmas stuff for less than $1,500 a year.
Far less.
Far less. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's exciting. I love it. All right, let's talk about, another thing, there's a lot of people who live in apartments.
Right.
They don't have places to store this
stuff. They don't have a lot of storage areas.
So let's talk about your storage facility. You guys are taking these shells that people pack up themselves and unpack themselves. So you're not handling boxes.
No.
You're not unloading these boxes into a storage unit. They stay in the container.
Right. We actually bring the storage unit to the customer's home. They load the storage unit inside that's loaded inside the trailer. We bring their storage unit back to our facility, unload it, and store it for them.
Okay, and you're storing it in this big warehouse, where you have ventilation, and it's okay.
Yeah, we've got a large. I've got a 23,000 square foot, climate protected storage facility, a large warehouse, if you use that word, and we store them there. It's ventilated. It's you get lots of airflow.
So it's very similar to keeping it in your garage or in your attic.
That's what I tell people.
Without the stairs and it gets delivered.
Exactly. And it's out of your way. Right?
And it's out of your way,
Right.
yes.
So it's kind of like when it shows up, you suddenly have an extension to your garage. You unload it and then load it back up, and it's gone.
Yeah, and isn't it funny that so many people have 3-car garages and they can't even fit one car in it? I don't know anybody like that. Do you, Michael? I just think this is a great solution for so many people out there. Same thing for kids who come home from college.
Right.
They can pack up their stuff for 3-4 months and then take it back. I think that's awesome. Okay.
We've got lots of customers that are college kids. That are in for a couple of months.
Yeah, and then they don't pay for storage for the whole year, just for the few months they need it.
Just what they need.
All right, let's talk about the insurance on storage.
Sure.
So if I'm putting my Christmas decorations with you, I've put them in this shell, you're taking it back to your facility, is it insured?
Okay, so the insurance is something that in the state of Texas that the consumer or the customer purchases on their own.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have insurance when we're transporting it.
Okay.
When it's actually being moved. But while it's in storage, there's no insurance.
Okay.
They can purchase insurance on their own. Lots of homeowners policies cover it. There's a high deductible that applies, or you can purchase it through your insurance broker. Ours is something that the customer can purchase. That they don't pay for what they're not using. They pay for it starting when they move into storage, and it ends the day they move out of storage.
So talk to me about the difference between the insurance that you offer. It sounds like to me the difference is what you offer starts the day it goes into storage and ends the day it comes out of storage, and it's just simple. There's no calling your insurance company, getting something removed or added to your homeowner's policy.
Right.
Is that correct?
You're not continuing to pay for insurance that you're no longer needing.
Okay, because otherwise you got to call your insurance broker and change your policy and all that. Okay. All right, so you offer it, or people can go out to their broker and get it themselves. What kind of things are covered while my Christmas stuff's in storage? What kind of things are covered?
So
you don't cover melted candles, right?
No. Yeah, that would be something that it's things that would, well, unless it if I guess there would be a fire or but I don't think melting candles is
things that fall because I didn't pack them well. You're not going to cover that, right?
No, that's part of somebody's responsibility to ensure that they pack things in a manner that they won't break. But the insurance covers if there's some type of if the facility were to have a fire or there be a leaking roof or a tornado or a hurricane. We've seen those.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have some of those around here. All right, so let's talk about how to store things then. I've noticed that moving companies do not use bubble wrap.
Right. There's a reason.
Why is that? Let's hear the reason.
Well, no, bubble wrap just doesn't, it doesn't last. I mean, it looks good. It's the high-tech, looking solution, but, traditional blankets are the best way to ensure that your belongings are protected while they're moving.
Yeah. I've seen things break in bubble wrap because it will be so tight around a dish that the dish, is trying to move around in the box and there's no give and it will break. Whereas if it's in paper, it has a little bit of wiggle room there.
Right.
So, all right. So tell me about the best way to store. It's blankets, but you don't have to use your own blankets. Y'all rent blankets,
We do rent blankets. Blankets are a consumable item. They don't last forever. And so we have to, constantly replenish them. So we rent blankets, and again, you're only using what you use, what you need when you actually need it. But you definitely want to make sure that when you're putting stuff into storage, mobile storage, things are going to, the unit's always level loaded, or it's never going to be tilted or anything like that. But it's just going to be some swaying as it's being transported. Things are going to rub. You're going to rub against the side of the container. You're going to rub against other items that you're storing, furniture or et cetera.
Okay, so always secure it. If it's a big item, secure it to the side of the unit.
Secure it to the side of the unit, and of course, our system and our galvanized metal cages. So there's tie downs all over. So just use the ample tie downs to secure everything to the sides and to each other. What do
you recommend using to tie with? Some people use like 550 cord for everything. Other people use, like the ski ropes, that you use for like skiing behind a boat. I don't think that's ideal. What's ideal?
Right. I think you don't necessarily want something that has a great amount of give to it. It needs to be pretty secure. Bungee cords, I don't find are necessarily that effective.
Okay.
Because they tend to, if you've got something that's heavy, it's gonna, they're gonna fall through.
Okay.
I tell you what the movers use is really interesting. They use stretch wrap. They literally will, or tape. You can tape it to the sides and to the sides of the unit and stretch wrap. It's firm. It's got a little bit of give, but it really does. It just doesn't break.
Very cool. All right. I like it. Lots of great things from zippyshell.com. Alex Hodges, which area do you serve around the Houston area?
I cover the western suburbs. So I run from Tomball, Magnolia, down to Cypress, through Katy, Sugarland, Richmond, Rosenberg area.
People who are listening who need help moving and need to put that, what I'm telling you is going to happen right now. There are people who are listening who are going to say, you know what, honey, you need to call Zippy Shell. I'm not putting anything else in the attic. And they're going to be calling you to set up for you to come pick stuff up in January when they take down all these Christmas lights. So tell me the best way to reach you. Is the phone number?
Phone numbers are great. The best way to get to reach in contact with me or the other locations in town. You can contact me directly. My number is 832-987-2213. 832-987-2213.
All right. And you can find them online at zippyshell.com. Thanks, Alex. We appreciate you joining us today. You can also find the link for Zippy Shell if you go to the HoustonRealEstateRadio.com website. You can also find all of the videos from today's show. So if you missed any of today's show, you can catch it online, watch the videos, or hear it as a podcast. Either way, you can always find it on iTunes as well. Thanks for listening in. We appreciate you following the show on Facebook as well. If you haven't found us on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Houston Real Estate Radio. We'll be back next week.
Thank you.